Right, so it's no secret at this point that the UK is being absolutely flooded, and I mean flooded, by these so-called influencers who have built an entire career out of wandering the streets with a camera practically glued to their face. IRL streaming has got to be one of the most oversaturated markets on the planet. Everyone, their mum, and their mum's mum wants a slice of it, and because of that, we've somehow ended up in a situation where some of the most smooth-brained individuals imaginable are making a full-time living just existing loudly on the internet. People like Bevo, HS Tiki Toki, Ed Matthews, just to name a few, have been doing this grift for years now, making serious money in the process, and I'm not gonna lie, that kind of makes me feel a bit ill. But anyway, the reason I've gone off on this little tangent today is because there's just another one of these characters who keeps popping up on my feed recently, and he's a man who proudly refers to himself as the hardest man in the UK, which immediately tells me there's not a lot going on upstairs. This is what I have to deal with. Come on. Which immediately tells me something. There's not exactly a lot going on upstairs. Because if this is what you consider hard...
Yo, I start on my day like, who can I change? What can I learn? How can I earn more of the discipline from all...
Then I genuinely pray this guy never crosses paths with someone like Charles Bronson or the Cray twins. Because after about 30 seconds of that interaction, he'd be rebranding to mildly uncomfortable man from the UK. And then there's this. Now look, it's already scummy enough to snatch a charity pot out of someone's hand, but when it's an old lady's hand, that's where it just stops being content and just becomes embarrassing. I don't care if he didn't exactly rough her up, didn't need to beat her with a stick to get it off her. It's the idea, out of everything you could have done, every possible video idea floating around in that tiny little squirrel brain of yours, this is what you landed on? Yeah, I'll rob a charity pot off an elderly woman. That'll show everyone just how hard I am. Watch out everyone, we've got a real menace here. And I just love this caption. Lucky my back was turned. What does that even mean? Like what? If your back wasn't turned, you were gonna confront someone for looking at you? That's not intimidating, that's just weird behaviour. Maybe if you didn't walk around like you were permanently mid-deadlift, people wouldn't stare. This guy moves around like he's trying to carry a fridge through a doorway that's too small, and it's painful to watch. But what really gets me is how brands are actually willing to associate themselves with this.
Big Stacks, hardest man in the fucking internet, yeah? Just book this, got a half price, Safe Travels UK. Come on, little butchers. Right, boom. Look at this gaff in here, it is lit. Boom. The best for the hardest man, yeah? Anything you need, you get half price. You get travels, you get anything, yeah? Any apartments as well. Look at this, a little butcher, look at the fucking gaff. God damn. Look, I'm in the kitchen. Who fucking wants it? Look at it, who's not winning? Yeah? Who's not winning? Oh, fuck off.
Like this is who you're backing? This is who you want as your ambassador? Bowling it around a pretty average apartment like he's trying to pick pennies up from the floor? And then telling his audience to fuck off? Real class act, pal. Honestly, the confidence just needs to be studied, because it's not even confidence, it's just delusion at this point. There's a very big difference between being intimidating and just being loud, awkward, and a bit embarrassing in public. And I think we all know which category this falls into. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that for a bit. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
Oh, fuck off.